Okay, so Ganzia sent a vacuum over, so we're gonna go and check it out. This is the V25. It's a very budget option for about $100 that you can get on Amazon. I'll throw a link in the description if you decide to purchase. Now, in my opinion, I do have 2 stick vacuums now. I fell in love with these things. These are amazing. They're easy to quickly pick something up, and they also can get a really good amount of the actual, dirt and everything else in there. Really good stick vacuums, but some of them are actually crappy. We're gonna see if this is good for the price, and we're gonna see if it's actually worth it. Check it out. You have a user manual on top. You do have the little main nozzle here, which you can actually see here. This comes in the purple colorway. I believe it might have more colorways available, but right here we do have the purple one. It has an aluminum finish on the outside, which is really cool to the touch. I really appreciate that. Yes, we do. So we have a corner nozzle right here, so you can easily get into crevices and everything else like that. Underneath that, we do have a brush nozzle, which can be adjusted from basically a bigger nozzle right here on the front, or you can just close it down. Pretty cool. And then on the top here, we do have a mounting little bracket and the power supply, as well as mounting screws. So very small power supply, I appreciate that, and some screws there. And that's the first layer. There is another layer here on top. Main brush. This is a pretty decent looking design. You can see the inside of the brushes, which are pretty cool. So whenever you have that, these do have LEDs on the front as well, so you can actually see what you're doing, which is personally my favorite on vacuums now. I haven't had them on any besides the Voight that I just got, and it's a must. You can't go back once you have one. It's crazy. But you have nice soft lining right here. The brushes are soft. Everything else like that is very soft. You have a little locking mechanism, which if you pop it open, you can easily take out the brush, take out all the hair you need to do, which is amazing. The older vacuums in the past didn't really able to do that. It was a hassle to actually clean those. I know, because I had 5. Look at this. This is clean. This is nice. So obviously it's all made out of polycarbonate, meant for a little bit of a lighter weight to it, which I do prefer, because stick vacuums usually are very awkward to hold and they're very heavy on the base and whatever. This is fully made of polycarbonate and has a pretty light battery, but it actually is able to last a very long time. This is a 250 watt rated power. The milliamp rated does not say, but 250 watts is pretty good. The PA suction on this was going to be really cool. This does have one touch empty system here, so if you press this red button on the side, you can easily pop it open and you can easily empty all the trash out. Simply like that. Very cool. Obviously we'd have it upside down, but I have a little bit of junk in here. And then you have your optional nozzles that can be attached on the front here as well. So if I wanted to add something like this, then I could easily add it like that, and I could practically clean just like this. This is a very small form factor, and it's able to actually clean all that. Very simple. And you can easily do the corner hose too. It does have a little locking mechanism. You just slide it in where the little lock is, and then you're pretty much good. It'll lock into place and it won't move. Really cool. So this is a corner nozzle. It's very, very light, very nice little weight to it. We're actually going to measure it here just to show you on whether or not this is actually very light. So this is about 3 pounds. 3 pounds, that's very light. For a vacuum, most vacuums weigh way more than that. And if you were to actually have a corner hose or something attached to it, you have to go on a long nose, and then you have to like move the nose and whatever, move it to certain areas. I don't really like those. I haven't went back to a normal vacuum ever since I got my Voight core. This is the main module we're gonna go to place this on. This does have little metal contact pins, which you do have to line properly in order to have the LEDs work and the nozzle to work on the bottom, which the nozzle here on the bottom also has the contact pins once you snap it into place. And you can also extend this into about a few levels here. It has a notch here in the middle for every single level that you could fully adjust it to, or you can just put it all the way at the bottom, depending on which height you won't feel will suit you best. But it's just pretty cool. And this is also gets low enough to be able to have, a kid to be able to do it, probably like a 7 to 10-year-old to do it, which is pretty cool. So if you want your kids to do chores, but they can't operate the big vacuum, stick vacuums are smaller, they're lighter, they're less awkward to hold, and they can actually clean now. So that's a thing for $100, which is really cool. This does have LED indicators on the top, so it'll actually tell you what battery percentage it is. This will have a red trigger right here to power it on and off, and it does have a little boost button basically on the back. So it has 2 modes. It has a low one and a high one. It'll start off as a low one. Once you turn it on, it does not have a memory function, so whenever you have it at the high mode, turn it off, it won't have a memory function. It'll go back to the lowest mode. Now this does have a battery little charger right here on the back. So pretty interesting right there. It doesn't have a base. So like, you know, the Levoit one has a base that you can easily dock in. It'll charge like that. This one, you have to plug it into the vacuum itself, which it's not that big of a deal, but you know, you have to keep plugging it in every single time rather than just docking it on there. If you were to dock it on there, you can do that, but you still need to remember to plug it in and charge it instead of just docking it. But you know, nice look to it, purple and black. So without further ado, if you guys want to pick it up, link in the description to buy, and I'll see you guys next one.